Who's ready for the weekly bust? You're in the right place if you came to catch the show. Tyson and Levi are the names of your host. Who the next guest is, I really wanna know. Conversation escalating, let's get to the show. Who's ready for the weekly bust?
What a show, man. Oh, man. I'm so excited for you, man.
Hell yeah.
We have an awesome show lined out. I think you'll appreciate the questions. I think they're interesting, and I think they're perfect for the situation.
How'd you guys like the fights today?
Wild, man.
I think that whole card was good.
Wild.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yo, Sean O'Malley is a legend.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Look, I mean, some people think that he might have lost or whatever, man. He rose to the occasion. He performed better than really probably even he thought he was going to perform. And whether he won or lost, technically, he won, man. He won so many fans tonight, man.
Oh, he won the hearts of everybody.
He said Peter took him to the next level. Shout out to OG Shawnee Man.
Absolutely. And you know, that really, me being a former fighter, man, I know that, like, sometimes when you like fight or even spar someone your own, you know, like, that's not really at a high level. You go down to the occasion. You don't understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
And when you fight someone at a top level, you rise to the occasion, and he rose to the occasion 100%.
Yeah, I think he won that fight out of pure heart, man. It was incredible. The way he dug in, man, that cut was nasty.
Yeah, it was. His eyebrow was split.
Yeah, he caught him with that wicked knee. It was awesome, man. It sent my whole living room up, and it was wild.
So I want to take a second and just give David a proper introduction now that everything's recording.
Absolutely.
So, episode 25 of season 3.
Let's go.
We are live with David
Feldman, the owner and president of BKFC,
down.
man, the man in action, the man, the myth, the legend. Man, we feel so honored to have you, dude, truly.
Yes. Oh, man. Well, thanks for having me. Let's have some fun.
So we just wanted to start the show off so the people who don't know you, because we have listeners that aren't necessarily into fighting, but they follow us, and we wanted to give a chance for you to give us a background of who you are, and maybe you'll come up with your early life and some of your early days before, you know, this huge life-changing event, man.
Yeah, sure, man. I'm David Feldman, founder and president of Bareknuckle Fighting Championship. We're definitely the fastest growing combat sport promotion in the world. We're definitely the fastest growing combat sport in the world, because not only, 4.5 years ago, I launched this thing on June 2nd, 2018. I became the first legally regulated and state-sanctioned bare-knuckle fighting event ever in the history of the world. And now there's, almost 100 bare-knuckle fighting promotions around the world. So, I'm very proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that, we set something up and people are following our lead, and it's great. I mean, we are, not to sound cocky here, but we're the creme de la creme of bare-knuckle fighting in the world. And
absolutely.
These other organizations that are coming out, it's great. And, it's a great place for them to groom their fighters and pass them on to us. I mean, the things we got planned for 2023 are crazy. But just to get back to my introduction, I'm a former professional boxer. I've been through a lot of shit in my life that's going to come out in this this Netflix series that they're running on me. It's called The Underdog. It'll tell you
crazy.
my beginning, everything that I went through, and a lot of you guys are really going to, I think, have just a lot more respect for the struggles I went through building this thing, knowing what I went through in my past and what I went through doing this whole thing. But it's been an amazing, fun journey. Again, like I said, former professional boxer. My father trained 7 world champions. He was a Hall of Fame boxing trainer. My mother was critically injured, paralyzed by a man, thrown out of a car and run over, beat up really bad by a man, and left in a wheelchair. So my dad had to kind of watch us. At the same time, turn our house into a training camp for fighters. Yeah. So that's, been in this my whole life, man. So
shout out to your old man, man. He made a legend.
Yeah, crazy, man. Thank you. Back, I started working on this thing like 12 years ago. I was promoting boxing for a long time. I was, and then I started into MMA, and then I got back into boxing. I was the Northeast Regional Promoter for PBC for Al Heyman. So I was doing a lot of shows in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Delaware, Maryland. And I met one of his fighters along the way. His name was Bobby Gunn. He's a gypsy. He's an Irish traveler. And I don't know if you guys been around travelers before, but they're fucked up people, man. When some of them are shaking your hand and picking your pocket at the same time, man. It's crazy. But he would tell me about these bare knuckle fights that they did in fields and stuff like this. Like they would bet money on them. The families would have problems. This family would have problems with this family, and they would just line up a bare knuckle fight in the fields and bet on them.
That is awesome.
And, yeah, he told me about it. And I'm like, man, I started digging into it, and I was like, dude, this shit is crazy.
Yeah.
People would love it.
And
so
we do, man.
Back 2011, I promoted my first bare knuckle fight at Fort McDowell Casino, a native casino in Scottsdale, Arizona. And we drew 5,500 people live for one bare knuckle fight, and 700,000 people watched the fight. And I was like, ESPN came out, Rolling Stone magazine came out, they all started writing about it. And I was like, dude, I'm going to be a fucking multi-millionaire. No problem. Like, this shit is crazy.
You got it, dog.
That is crazy. Yeah, that's sick.
Like, let me go out and get it sanctioned everywhere. And I just went out from state after state after state. They said, no, you're crazy. We'll never sanction this. Not happening, not happening, not happening. So, I went out to 28 different states, some of them multiple times. I totally pitched 54 presentations of bare knuckle fighting to state athletic commissions before Brian Pedersen in late 2017 was like, man, I like this. Let's do this from the state of Wyoming. And then June 2nd, 2018, man, we made history. Like I said, the first legally sanctioned or government-regulated bare-knuckle fighting event ever in the history of the world. Like back when they were doing the great fights with John L. Sullivan and guys like that, it was never regulated, never even legal.
Right,
we were able to get that. And now we have... in 2023, we will do live events in 12 different countries around the world and 24 different states in the United States. Sick. So it's been an amazing, crazy journey. Crazy, man. It's crazy that we're here still, to be honest with you, man.
What states are pushing back the hardest on you, and what were their reasonings, really?
Well, right now, the only one that's really a hard no right now is California, Andy Foster. And I don't know. He just doesn't like me. He said it's a de-evolution of combat sports, and
fuck that.
If faces are getting cut to pieces and stuff like that, it's something that he's not comfortable sanctioning. And then I talked to him. I'm gonna have another meeting with him, but some people just have set in their mind what it is without even looking at it. Because if you look at it, it's funny because I went with the state athletic commission last week. I went kind of head to head with them. And they were like, our doctor's opinions are this, and his opinions are that, and his opinions are this. And I was like, that's great, man. We love and we respect your doctor's opinions, but my doctor has data and facts.
Yeah.
So that outweighs, you know what I mean? We got the data now. We got the facts that we're not as dangerous as boxing or mixed martial arts. And you guys have been to the shows. Look, it's exciting. It's fun. It's,
There's nothing like it.
Well, see, and at the end
of borderline. Look, it's a little bit brutal. It is.
It is.
But it's brutal because it cuts. It's brutal because it's real.
It's raw.
Yes. And at the end of the day, they make their own decision to do it.
And subconcussive damage that they get in boxing or MMA because they're not taking punches that long. But I mean, dude, you can hear this.
Boom.
Like that.
Dude,
boom.
Yep.
And you heard it. You were ringside. You heard it.
It's insane. It's insane. There's nothing like it, David. I've been to so many events and fighting events. There's times where I've been like, I don't even want to go at this time. There hasn't been a moment that I've ever felt like I don't want to watch BKFC. It's insane. It truly is. Yeah. I think you guys are taking over, and even the bigger promotions have to watch out because people love it, man. There's so much action. This last card you had was stacked. Shout out to Mike, by the way. Shout out to Richmond. He was on last night. He's a wild guy.
Yes.
Yeah, man. Like I said before the fight, they said this is like an easy win for Mike Richmond. I said, listen, man, there are no easy wins in this sport. They're just not. These guys, it's different. You get hit with one punch and it changes everything. I know that happens in all combat sports, but this is totally different because it's not just that you get hit with a punch and you're rocked. You might get hit with a punch in the eye somewhere and it hurts and it's different. Yeah. And you're closing your eye, next punch coming. It's just different, man. It's it's crazy. And, you know, man, we're blessed to have a great team, man. A lot of fans, you know, I think a cult following right now.
Yep.
And it's growing rapidly. All the free agents, they come to me, man. It's like, you know, it's like pinch me sometimes. I'm like, this guy, I'm talking to Nate Diaz. I'm talking to Tyson Fury. Like, Tyson Fury faced.
What?
Like, are you fucking kidding me? Tyson Fury's fucking calling me. Like,
holy shit.
Damn.
And it's like, where we started this thing, we have an office in Broomall, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia. And we started this thing doing underground bare-knuckle fights in warehouses 3 blocks away at our old place. I mean, like, it was the craziest shit you've ever seen. We had guys from England fly over. We had just guys banging it out. It was unbelievable. And that's when, you know, I had a couple of my team guys on there, and they're like, you know, I don't know, this is never going to get sanctioned. And then they watched one of the underground fights, and they were like, holy shit, this is it. This is next level shit. And
it truly is.
Dude, we're not supposed to talk about Fight Club, but, you know, this is too much. This is awesome, man.
No, man, it's I'm sorry.
Is the Nate Diaz thing still a major conversation right now? Is it under wraps, or can it be talked about?
It's a conversation that we're going to have again. But right now, look, Nate is a legend, and he coming off that last win, he gave himself a lot of possibilities now. So he might get some easier possibilities for a lot more money now, and you know, good for him. But if he doesn't, we made him a significant offer, not a little offer, a significant offer that more than he ever made in the UFC. So he's given a good offer. Man. Yeah, and we'll see what he wants to do. But we've got a lot of guys right now. We've got a couple of big announcements coming up next week. Some different things we're launching in Asia. It's gonna be a crazy fucking year, man. 2023 is gonna be nuts, man.
I know you're cooking, man. I feel like every time I turn around, you're already in conversation with some new superstar that's jumping over. Just like, I gotta get in this, man. Chris Kamazi was a nice ad. He's been watching and paying attention to everything that's going on. He's been really active. I see watching your company and then watching our show and seeing what he wants to know what's going on. I think he's looking for a fight from you, and I think it's exciting as hell, man.
He'll definitely get a contract. Look, he came out there and he fought, and he was easy to deal with. He was a good dude, and they came out to see him. I mean, 4,000 plus people in Denver. Mm-hmm. You know, they showed that, and we've got some. It's going to be great, man. These guys are all, when they come out and they fight, like, you know, I do my little speech before the fight. I don't know if you saw it when you guys were there, but I tell the, and I want three things from you. I want you to respect my team, the fighters, and my officials. And then the fans are here and they're making this possible. Then I want you to fight your fucking asses off. Like, fight your asses off. And I always tell them I got bonus money for them, and I always bonus these guys. I got a chance for you guys to make extra money. Just go out there and fight your asses off. And then I just, you know, say, be safe and God bless you guys, man, and do the best thing you can do. And because of that and the way we take care of the fighters and the way we treat the fighters, these guys go out there, man, and the girls especially, like, fight.
Oh, they're killers, dude. I was gonna mention that on the side, like, unlike, you know, I noticed it today. We were just talking about it, watching the UFC fights. We're like, some of these girl fights are so lame, you know, when it comes to UFC. No offense to them, and I hate to say that, but like, we haven't seen a lame one with BKFC at all. It is it's exciting as hell. Man, those girls bang.
Look, a lot of people come to me. They ask me about Dana White, and they say, you know, what do you think about Dana White and fighter pay and all this and all that? But Dana White, I mean, he's a fucking legend, man. He took this thing from Art Davey and Campbell McLaren and Berkowitz, I think his name was, the other guy that was in on that, and he blew it up into a major sport now. It's not like a big combat sport now. It's actually one of the top 5 sports organizations in the world. So you can't take anything away from it. And he did his thing. It was phenomenal, but it's changing now. It's changing because they have a huge TV deal. And, you know, tonight was good. Tonight was a great night for them.
Yeah,
but
no, it was amazing.
Put on big names anymore. The guys that people want to see, they just have to put on fights now. So with us, it's different. We have to put on exciting fights that, you know, people want to see, that they're going to stand up for. They're going to say, wow, that was an unbelievable fight. We have to do that so they keep coming back. You know, we're not in a safe zone yet. We're getting there. We have some really good offers on the table right now with some major TV networks. And 2023, like I said, could be a huge year for us. Just this week, we signed 15 international television deals. We look have 60,
congratulations.
60 plus, thank you. 60 plus should be in effect for 2023. And our viewership's crazy, man. I mean, I just got a report back from one of our partners that we do. Just clips on. We had 248 million views so far in 2022.
Holy
just with. I mean, this thing is crazy, man. It's unbelievable. And like I said, I take my hat off to the guys and the girls that fight for this, because this isn't easy, and it's not like.
I don't think your position is easy as either, man. I think I was just going to ask you if you get overwhelmed sometimes, because I know that you have a million people asking for your time. Look at we're one of those million.
Shooting messages, calls, emails, all that.
So funny you just said that, because I actually had one of the guys that I'm actually really cool with, and he called me and he's like, "Dude, you don't ever fucking get back to me. What the fuck?" I was like, "No, bro." I said, "Listen to me, man." I said, "I'm dealing with 10,000 fucking people a year. You're dealing with one. If you want to talk to me, just call me the fuck up.
Right.
You're gonna wait for my. You're probably gonna fucking miss it. Not being a dick, not being an asshole. I'm inundated, man. Like, to have this Saturday night off and be able to chill with you guys is cool. Be able to chill with my wife, it's fucking amazing, man. Like, I don't get this often. It's crazy. Like, I go to everybody, man. Watch what you wish for. But I'm in it. I'm in this. I'm in this for the long haul. I know this can be number 2, if not the number 1 combat sport promotion in the world.
Absolutely, man. I've been saying it all year, man. I just when I watched it, dude, you have a great promotion, by the way. I mean, your product.
Oh, we love it.
Your product is nice. You know what I mean? It felt like a video game when the early 4K cameras where you guys were watching the fighters come out. It looked like a video game. It was so clear, and I was like, this product is amazing, man. It really is. You guys are doing everything right.
Well, that's what I said. To my initial investor, the first couple of fights, he's like, "Damn, Dave, we're blowing a lot of fucking money, man." I'm like, "Tone, man, we got to run out of the starting blocks. If we crawl out of the starting blocks, someone's going to catch us." Now, I don't even care if the UFC came out with bare knuckle right now. They're not catching us in bare knuckle.
Right.
We're the lead bare knuckle. No one's going to catch us right now. And we did things. We went into the hole a little bit at the beginning. We're turning into the black now, so things are looking really good for us. We're getting a lot of big sponsors, a lot of big TV deals. Ticket sales are going through the roof each and every fight. We're about to sign a big merchandising deal. We just signed a deal with Lions Not Sheep. And if you don't know Lions, you guys are wearing the hats, but I don't know if you know them, but that's actually the founder of, Danny Caldwell's the founder of Tap Out. So
I did not know that.
Yeah, so he's the president of Lions Not Sheep. So, when I knew that, and look, these guys are lions, they're not sheep. So
these guys, that's a fact. So was it hard to get sponsors in the beginning?
Man, it was awful. It was
Great question.
Alcohol, what are you talking about? No way, get out of here.
Yeah.
So I would give out tips just to have like Corona on the canvas and to have big names on the canvas. I would give them to them. And then they were like, "Wow, this is unbelievable." Then they would start paying a little bit. And now they're paying more and more, and bigger companies are coming to the table now, and we're doing some fantastic stuff. We just got legalized in the United States for sports betting, so we're
huge.
We're in a multi-year, long-term deal with DraftKings. I mean, this is the thing. Like I said, man, when I get to sit on a bullshit with you guys, I'll tell you even more, man. But starting in a warehouse, man. We did fights in the back of this guy's shop before. We did it in this guy's auto body shop, like in his garage. He pulled the cars out. We did fights like that. And now we just signed a multi-year deal with DraftKings. It's fucking unbelievable.
You're legitimately making superstars. Isn't that a trip? Yeah, no, I'm sure it's just wild because it's happening so fast, man. You got this snowball effect that is amazing. Every time you just keep rolling, man, and you're gathering more and more steam as you go. It's wild.
Yeah. If you see my core guys. There's a lot of guys that work for us that don't really know us that well, production and in the arenas and things like that. But my core guy, so 6 to 8 people right now, man. They know because they all got taken care of. I got a little bit of money from Triller, and they all got taken care of. And when I get this next round of money from Triller, it's going to change all their lives. And I always said, man, I'm not in it for me. I'm in it for everybody. And
the team.
look, I want to eat too, but I want to eat at that long table where they can all sit and eat with me, and they're all going to, man. That's what we do.
That's badass, dude. I like the way you said that, man.
That's a dream for us over here too.
It's the truth, man. And I see you guys, grinding it out, and that's why I want to help you guys get a platform too, man, because you're grinding it out and you're not taking no for an answer. You're putting a lot of content out. I see it all the time. So, if we can help you guys, we're going to. Just keep doing the right thing, man. But like I said, with this sport, man, it's crazy where it's going. Like I said, man, it's like in Russia, for instance, the guy in Russia that I'm partners with over there, he said, David, you don't understand.
You gotta be close.
I need 4 security guards for you because you're a superstar over there. And I'm like, what? He's like, you are. Bareknuckle is so big in Russia. It's crazy. We do 700,000 live viewers in Russia at 5 a.m. in Russia.
Holy.
5 a.m. 700.
Wild.
It's crazy. Yeah, so we're killing it. We got this huge fight we're going to announce this week. It's going to change, actually, the game of combat sports in Asia right now. It's also funny because I was talking to Eddie Alvarez. You know Eddie Alvarez?
Yeah.
You know Eddie Alvarez.
Yep.
I'll possibly sign him with us. I don't know what's going to happen there, but I was talking to him
Dog.
because he put me on the phone like 3 years ago with he's a Philly guy, so he's my boy. Put me on the phone 3 years ago with Chatri. You know Chatri from One?
I don't know.
Well, he's the owner of One Fighting Championship, and he got on.
That's
he
the
was
bad,
like,
isn't it?
He said, you'll be out of business in 6 months. And I was like, Chatri, go fuck yourself, motherfucker. Like that, right? And then having all these problems right now overseas. He's having a shitload of problems. And I'm just like, look, man, that's what you get, man. Just keep your head down and grind, man. We were not a facade. We were not no bullshit. We were real.
You're taking over, man.
Nelson Lopez said he's seen you fight in a warehouse.
He did.
Shout out Nelson, man.
Nelson is my boy. Nelson's like, outside of my team here in Philly, he's my right-hand guy, man. He's like my guy. I trust him with everything. Me and Nelson, we met a long time ago in boxing, and, boxing is full of scumbags, to be honest with you. The boxing profession, it's just full of scumbags. And he met a real one, and I met a real one, and that's my boy, man.
Hell yeah, day ones.
Right?
Dude, I got a major question to ask you because we had both of those gentlemen on last night, man. Are you gonna make the dream fight come true? Is it in your eyesight? Do you have it on you, Mike, and then the Jug?
I
mean, you have to, right?
You have to, man. Dude, the people are begging for it. They're begging for it.
Us especially. That's one we want to watch, man.
Yeah, man. Now after Richmond's last performance, people are going, man, he's beatable. So what's Lorenzo Hunt going to do to him? And then Mike Richmond, I know that he took Isaac Doolittle lightly. I don't know if he said it or not, but I know he did.
I underestimated Doolittle myself.
I did as well. I thought Mike was just going to walk over him.
I did too. And, we have this fight now that I think the whole Bareknuckle world wants to see, and a lot of the combat sports world wants to see. So we're going to have to do it. I do have to have a talk with Quentin Henry, though. He's kind of owed a rematch. So I just got to see how that's going to line up. Like you said, the job's not easy for us, right? We got to make a lot of...
I'm saying, yeah.
Make people happy, but it's... we're definitely going to do that. We got a lot of great ideas right now that are coming out. We're also... probably going to... We're relaunching Total Line, and I don't know if you know what that is, but Total Line is actually like our starter series. It's our... It's what we're going to do is we're going to do 6 tryouts next year, and then we're going to get the winners from those tryouts to fight on Total Line, which is like a starter series. Oh. And then if they win...
We were hearing rumors about that.
Okay.
We nothing was certified or announced until right now, but we were hearing rumors through the back that you were going to start a promotion that was for starter fighter boxing as... what is it called? Prospecting.
Yeah, we're definitely doing that. We're also doing some boxing shows. We got a lot of shit this year. It's crazy. But we're putting a hell of a team together. We just got legalized in 3 more states, but they didn't want me to announce until next week. We got some big things happening.
Your events are coming up. Your cards are stacked next. You got Palomino. You got Barnett. You got Reggie coming. Yeah, they're defending his belt finally. That I'm sure he's ready for that. What do you think about that? And are you excited for that one? I am.
You got Beltran, Joey.
Oh, So let's go in order. November 5th is Reggie Barnett versus Gene Herrera, and a lot of people don't know Gene Herrera. He fought for us once. Dude's an animal. It's going to be a dog fight, man. It's definitely going to be it's going to be a great fight. And then we have Jay Jackson, who's coming on a 2-fight winning streak, versus Jared Warren, who always comes to fight. He just beat his last opponent. Yep. It's another great. We got Tonga, who is he's a former Bellator fighter. He's also a UFC Latino, if I'm saying it right, commentator. He commentates for UFC in Latin America.
Oh, cool.
And he's making his debut with us on November 5th as well. Then November 8th, we go out to, two guys that have been around for a long time. Older dudes, but, I mean, Houston Alexander's coming off with 2 vicious knockouts. Yes. Joey Beltran, who doesn't have a reverse gear. So that's going to be a great fight, and all the undercard guys on that card is going to be great, too. And then we go to Newcastle, England.
Mm-hmm. England show was sick, by the way, man. That first one was dope.
Dude, the craziest moment for me was when they were singing. I don't know if you guys watched the whole show, but when they sung "Sweet Caroline" and the whole crowd, crazy.
Yeah,
it gave me chills. Holy shit, man, we had so many people there. It was an amazing event. But we're going back there with BKFC United Kingdom. It's going to be a great fight there as well. Steve Banks is taking on Mick Terrell. That's going to be a barn burner. We got Darren Godfrey is taking on not Darren Godfrey. Darren Hendry is taking on Anthony Holmes to
you got an incredible
BKB. Good. Then we go and not finish out the year, but finish out the year in the States, December 3rd, which we have Francisco Ricci fighting Dave Mundell for hit the 175-pound strap. We got Luis Palomino taking on Tom Shove. We also got Greg Hardy making his debut as BKFC debut. We got Todd Duffy, former UFC fighter, making his debut back. So many great fights in that card. That one's going to be packed wall to wall. That's going to be an amazing one. And then we finish out December 10th in a new country, Cambodia, with the debut of Muay Thai legend Sant Chai. He'll make his debut on that card, and that's going to be a sick one too. And then we start back up in January. January 14th will be Total Line, and then January 20th will be our first BKFC event to start off an epic year where we're going to do between 40 and 50 events next year worldwide.
Holy shit.
That's almost every weekend. I got one. The 145 strap, Kai versus Davis. Kai Stewart versus Howard Davis.
It's been tossed around a lot.
That's on December 3rd as well. So Kai Stewart will take on Howard Davis. And,
holy shit.
The winner. That's going to be a semifinal in the 145-pound tournament. I'm trying to do another major fight, which I can't announce yet because I don't have it signed yet. But that'll be the other 145 semifinal on the same card. And, heating up for a big-time fight for 145. But we got so many great fighters down there in South Florida that are coming up, too.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to Slaughterhouse, man. Ryan Perez, he's bringing him up right, man.
Shout out to Cutman G. He just told us that his fight got announced. So, Cutman G, shout out to him.
G's the man. G is...
he is a man, dude. Oh, yeah. We love that dude, man.
Yeah, man. We got so many... it's hard not to like someone on my team because, to be honest with you, if someone else doesn't like them, I probably don't like them, and then they're fucking gone. Because I just want people that want to help this thing grow and want to be cool to everybody. And if you don't want to be cool to everybody, then you got to... We're trying to grow something special here, and it's growing, man. It's fucking growing. It's so crazy how big this thing got. Speaking
of growing, you have a person that reached out through us privately. He's trying to get your attention, and he goes by Day Ewely, which is spelled like Ewell. He gets from UFC, and he really wants to get your attention. And I was like, maybe I'll mention
it. Anytime.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Ade Ewell.
Oh, okay, yeah. Someone told me about him. I gotta look him up. I didn't really get time to dive into him. And then we're also launching in 2023. We're launching BKFC Latin America, which will do 6 shows around in South America, Dominican Republic. Hopefully, knock on wood, we get a big announcement from Puerto Rico any day, and then 6 shows in Mexico as well. You know, the way that we're expanding so fast is because we're getting teams in different parts of the world. So we're not just sending our team everywhere, obviously. We're getting teams in different parts of the world that are putting this together. But Nelson Lopez and Ryan Perez are actually going to be heading up BKFC Latin America, BKFC Mexico.
No way, dude. Ryan, shout out Ryan, dude. Shout out Nelson as well, dude. Ryan is the man, dude. And when I was down in Florida, he treated us like family. When he came up here, we tried to do the same. And I love what he got going on. He organically made this team that is just so solid behind him. He has literally a team of champions. He really does.
No, he does, man. He watched this sport and learned what you have to do in this sport, and you know he understands how to teach those guys that. You know, some guys are teaching them mixed martial arts, and some guys are teaching them just boxing, but it's different. It's a different sport, and you got to teach them this sport, and he's doing a good job of doing that, man. He's definitely our guy, man. We really like Ryan. He helps out in a lot of different ways, and you know we're happy to have him as part of BKFC.
Ryan is the man for sure. So, do you have any advice for people chasing their dreams?
Man, honestly, man, and I know it sounds corny, but just don't quit, man. And I quit. I quit 10 different times, man. But at the end of the day, I quit for a day. I didn't quit for a year, right? I quit for a day, picked myself back up. So here's really what goes down for me. And I don't know if you guys heard this part of the story about me, but my mother, like I told you guys, my mother was a quadriplegic.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And paralyzed from her neck down. And she couldn't move her arms. She couldn't move anything. And she painted pictures with her fucking mouth, man, like a beautiful rose picture.
Crazy coincidence, bro. I have a really crazy, like my dad is paralyzed from the waist down, and he got into a nasty car accident and had a van roll over him. And he's a painter as well. I'm not bullshitting you at all. That is an honest to God true connection. That's crazy.
Crazy, man. She got poems published in magazines. She did all this shit, and they told her that she was going to live maybe 6 months to a year after her accident, and she lived like 40 years after her accident. So she, you know, like I quit and I go, look at her picture. It's the picture that does it, because it's hanging in my bathroom at the office, and every time I look at it, I'm like, you pussy motherfucker, you're not quit. Your mother did this. Your mother couldn't move. Your mother couldn't do anything, and she did this, and you're going to quit. And it just gave me the drive to really keep going, you know. And it was tough because growing up, you know, I had a fucked up upbringing, and you know, I wasn't supposed to be here, man. I wasn't supposed to be doing this. I should be in jail, or I should be a junkie, to be honest with you. On the life that I lived and being by myself pretty much my whole life from 12 years old on, I shouldn't be here. And
well, you're an inspiration to us, man. We're looking up to you right now. We're like, this shit's legendary, dude. Truly, we look at you like a legend, dude.
I appreciate it, man. But like, what I'm saying is, like, I got this opportunity to change the whole fucking combat sports world, man, and I'm not going to stop until it's changed. And I don't mean I'm not here that's writing a fucking mission statement like Jerry Maguire. I'm not doing that. I want to change it for the better. You know, we announced the pension plan for the fighters, and we had trouble kind of launching it, and we just figured out how to launch it the proper way. So we're going to completely launch that in January 2023, where the fighters are going to get crypto coin, they're going to get cash, they're going to get bonuses.
Oh, wow.
They're going to get a lot of opportunity for a lot of things.
That's legit, dude. Is that coming down from one of your sponsors? Is that like a crypto.com or? Yeah,
we're going to do something with a new token that's going to drop on December 3rd. It's called the Global Fight Token. It's about kind of changing the fight world. It's going to be
cool, dude.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
It's not one of these coins that it's going to be some shit coin. It's backed by the right people. It's backed by a lot of money, and it's backed by a DAO, which is really big in the crypto space. So it's legit, and it's going to help these fighters. And BKFC is also going to add to their purses for retirement. Because again, guys, man, I've been in this my whole life. Like, I've seen my upbringing was a training camp, right? I had all fighters living at my house. 2 of the fighters that lived at my house, my dad trained, are on death row. Like, I've been around everything in my life and seeing what these guys went through, and they didn't have any money. They blew all their money. And I'm not saying that what we're going to put away for these guys is going to change their life, but when they need 10, 15, 20,000 5 years from, you know, when they're out, and
that's
and they're
badass,
busted,
man. Way to look out for your guys, man.
Yeah, man. look, man, again, I think the difference is like between a lot of these promoters. Most promoters have never tasted what it feels like to get punched in your fucking mouth. And I've been punched in the mouth, so I get what the fighters go through, and I want to make sure they're right. And look, there's asshole fighters too. Don't get me wrong. The fighters aren't all fucking angels. There are a bunch of assholes too, but there's a bunch of great guys there too that put their life on the line for me, for my company, you know, for the fans. They put their life on the line, and I want to make sure that they get rewarded in the way that they should get rewarded, especially the ones that treat us right. You know, there's some that fight for us once or twice, and they talk shit on us because they didn't do too good. But that's not our fault, you know. As long as we keep.
I think
doing
it comes
right
with the
thing,
territory of fight culture. You know, some fighters are just never going to be happy no matter the situation.
I wanted to just say thank you for not selling back like right around COVID time, because I don't think it would be where it is if you didn't just continue to push your product. You know.
Look, man. Here's the thing, man. We entertained it, and you know, like I'm like. It was definitely good money, but I'm like, what's it going to do? Like I talked to my wife, Christina, and we're talking, and I'm like, man, if we get all the money, what are we going to buy? What are we going to do? And she's like, I don't know. I'm fucking happy right now. Like, I don't give a shit, you know? And I'm like, man, I don't give a shit either. So let's take this thing to the fucking moon, man.
That's
and let's
right.
Yeah.
Because the money will just keep coming, you know? You keep pushing, it's going to keep rolling in.
This one mentor I have, it's actually about that time when I was contemplating that and another offer, and one of the guys was going to get fucked over a little bit, and he's like, let me ask you a question, Dave. How many times have you done the wrong thing in life and it turned out right for you? And I'm like, never.
You got to gamble every now and then to win, man.
No, absolutely. But if you do the right thing, meaning if you don't fuck people over purposely.
Oh,
look,
right.
In like business, you're going to fuck people over. Not wanting to, it's just going to happen. But if you intentionally do it, you're fucked.
Yeah.
If you just do the right, you don't fuck people over, and you do the right thing, and you have balls, and you keep going, and you don't listen to no. And every time I get a no, I swear I'm not saying it being corny, but I get a fucking no, and I'm like, now that door's getting knocked the fuck down. Like,
yeah, dude, that's the mentality to win, dude. That's what it takes to win, dude. I feel that. I feel that.
It's going to be huge, man. Here's why. And here's the real reason why. Aside from all the great team I put together, aside from all the tenacity we have, aside from all the balls we have, this is the most adaptable combat sport in the world. And here's what I mean. So I was with a team at the Denver fight, and I said, watch this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go around the hotel lobby, and I'm going to ask people a question. I'm going to ask them if they know what an Uma Pilata is. And then I went around and I said, you guys know what an Uma Pilata is? And everybody was like, huh? No. Around to every single same person, I said, you guys know what a Bareknuckle punch is? And they all said, yeah, absolutely. It's adaptable, meaning I just got to get in front of the people. They know what it is already. They just have to see this product.
Yeah.
But they can adapt to it because every man, woman, black, white, Chinese, I don't care what nationality you are, what gender you are, how old you are, you know what a bare-knuckle fight is. You either been in one or saw one.
Yeah. Sometimes at 7 a.m. at your high school. It doesn't matter, dude, that we're getting it on.
But that's why people know what this, you know, what it is. That's why it's growing so fast, and that's why people can adapt to it and they understand it. And that's why all these fighters want to jump in this. But, like, I've got legends of the game that want to do this. And some of them go, look, let me finish out my MMA career. I want to do one or two at the end because I have to do this, like once. Some of them are like, now we're starting off the career with a lot of people. That's the difference in this sport and in the trajectory of it. It's like...
Are you talking to Connor?
I mean, we talk to him, but that's not happening because he's too tied up with the UFC right now.
That makes sense.
We talked to him about getting involved. But, I mean, like I said, the best conversation I had was like 3 weeks ago. I got a call from Tyson Fury, and I was like,
that's so wild.
Let's do it. You know, I said, I made a new offer. I told him what I can do, and he said, I have to do 2 more boxing matches first before I can even talk about this. But this is my family. This is my heritage. I'd love to do this. So we'll see. Look, is it going to happen? I have big-time backers on this thing, meaning I have backers for what we're doing now and the growth we're going now. But if I do something huge, I got guys I can go to for that too. And
he is the Gypsy King, man. And you said it comes from Gypsy roots, and it makes sense.
Dude, the Gypsy King and Derek Chisora just announced their fight yesterday and sold out a fucking stadium in 24 hours.
It's insane. His body, like his power, like he's gonna go down as one of the coolest, champions
Fighters
that's ever.
ever? Oh,
yeah, he's the coolest, man. He takes fights on notices as well. He's an animal. Speaking of animals, Go-Go, dude. What are your thoughts on Go-Go? Oh my God, I got to bring that up. He's a savage.
4 or 5 days notice, came in and fought one of the best Russian fighters in Bareknuckle out there, which that guy showed a lot of balls too, and he showed that he could definitely.
Dude, he was tough as nails.
And what I noticed about that fight was both of those fighters, every punch was like bad intentions written all over it, right? Like they wanted to knock each other out with every punch. I was like, holy shit! Like as a fan, because I'm a big fan of ringside, I was like, holy shit. But Go-Go, he's I don't know, he's 2 or 3 fights away from being a superstar in this sport.
I said the same thing. I said, dude, this is a superstar in the making. He really is.
And I said this all the way from the beginning, and people were like, you're just trying to be like, one of these motivational guys. Like, what's your why? But his why is so different, man. Like, he wants to live a good life. He's got no money where he's from. He doesn't, he's very, very in a poor environment from the country that he's in right now. And any bit of money helps him. So if he can make big money, he changes his life and his family's life and generations of life. So that's the kind of guy who has a different reason why he's doing this. And that's why I think he's fighting so great.
Absolutely. He's fighting with pure heart, man. And he's cool as shit, too.
Where are you guys at?
We're right, us?
Yeah.
We're in Great Falls, man.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Halfway across town from the stadium.
Damn, no shit. That's awesome.
Yeah, we wanted you here in the studio, but we know how busy you are, so we're like, fuck it, we'll catch him when we can. If you'll give us the time, we'll take it when we can.
Absolutely, man. That's awesome, man. Good for you guys.
We want to say thank you. I know that. Like, that's from every person that works with us and the people that support us. We got a hell of a good following and a lot of supporters. And I want to say thank you from them and us as well for giving us the opportunity to work with you, man.
Yes.
Oh, sure. Like I said, just keep pushing hard and be respectful, man. That's the main thing. Like, be respectful to people. Do your thing right and push hard, man. And you guys are going to make it because you got the same, I can tell you got the same type of drive because I see all the shit you're putting out, and just keep doing the right thing, man. And that's it. Like I said, with Nick Chapman is my BKFC Thailand guy, and he ran into some speed bumps, and I said, Nick, just keep doing the right thing. Do the right thing. It's going to work out. Do the right thing. And then he called me like 3 days later. He's like, Dave, I had the best fucking day ever. It was the best unbelievable day. This. I said, just do the right thing, man. And I mean that like from the bottom of my heart. Like, do the right thing. Work your ass off, but don't fuck people over, man. Do the right thing. And look, you're going to have to talk bad about people once in a while because not every person's good. But just do the right thing. And I don't, if you do the right thing and work your ass off, man, it's going to work out for you, man. It just is. It can't not. It has to.
So you said you're a fan, and I know that's fact because I've seen you sitting ringside right in front of me, and you get as wild as we do, man. You're like, oh my God, I love your animation. So as a fan, though, who's your dream bare knuckle fight right now?
I mean, a fight that I would love to make would be Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. That would be unbelievable.
Shit.
That would be
unbelievable. Heavyweight bare knuckle fight. Like
those guys are gorillas, man. They're huge.
But one that's of more reach right now that I would like to see. I mean, and I think it would be an unbelievable fight, and the fans would love it. Would be Mike Perry versus Nate Diaz. I think that would be sick.
We're pushing for it too, man, and we've gotten both of their attention. They both have shared it on their stuff. Nate Diaz has actually liked this story on mine, on my personal. So I know that there's definitely entertainment in that. I know that on both sides because I've seen it myself.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But good.
How do you feel about some fighters taking on like personas, like good guy, bad guy persona? Like, I think Jug has a bad guy persona, but he's a good guy.
He's a hella cool guy, dude.
He's a nice dude, but he understands he has to sell a fight, and that's what like some of these guys go to me and they go. I'm the best fighter in the world. Like, I'll knock anybody out, and you got 30 followers. And I'm like, listen, it's a combination. And look, you can have 100,000 followers, and you can't fight at all, and I don't want you either.
Right.
I want them, and you don't have to have 50,000 followers on Instagram, but you have to try to promote yourself. As long as you're 100%. Trying to promote yourself and do that, and you can fight it, even train your ass off, we'll help you be a star. And Juggernaut, I don't know if he shared this with you, but he fought for me with MMA back in I don't know, maybe 2017 or 2016. He fought for me in Philly, and I needed him to create a little hype. So I actually said, yo, I'm going to give you $500. I'm going to give you 500 extra. I want you to create a little bit of bullshit right now.
Hell yeah.
And he started barking. And he came to me like 6 months ago. He said, you did this. Because I was like, I had to come down. He's like, I did this, man. You told me to do this. So, yeah, man, I like what he does. Look, sometimes he goes a little overboard. And look, when he went a little overboard, Hector Lombardi got cracked in his mouth. But at the end of the day, he's promoting himself. He wants to be known, and he's doing everything he can to be known. And I can't knock that at all. You can't knock that. But at the end of the day, when we had to fine him, the last fight was because he went a little overboard, and we told him what was acceptable and what was unacceptable, and he did what was unacceptable. So
I think he made his decision like, fuck it, I'm getting fined. I know it. I'm doing it anyway. He's one of those characters that we really follow and we get behind because he's a man of his word, and he's really fun character to follow as a fan. And not only that, when you get to know him, he's hella cool.
And he'll fight anybody. So it'd be different if he was picking and choosing who he's fighting, and then you would say, this is a fraud, or this is a bullshit character.
Yeah, his comment section's wild. People are like, you're running from this dude, you're running from that dude. I'm like, dude, he is the champion of the world. He's not running from anybody. Dude, I believe if you sign the contract, you sign it.
He fought everybody he could fight, and he got Mike Richmond, who's another guy who just fights anybody, man. Like,
dog, he's a complete dog.
The sport, man, it's a different sport, and those guys are different, and the fans deserve it. So, I'd love to be able to make that. Like I said, we got a couple things we got to work on, but I have an idea of when and where that's going to fall.
So, when you walk into a new venue, can you just tell, like, do you have, like, a feeling that it's going to be
huge,
maybe your best show ever, such as, like, the Denver show?
Denver was wild, man. We only got to watch it on TV.
I was envious of the Denver crowd, I'm not even going to lie.
I mean, the fighters, I can kind of tell by the fighters when they're really going to fight their ass off, when they're not. When I'm doing my little speech, if they're like, when I go like this, like sometimes I fan out money, and I'm like, I get extra money, guys, and I want to give it to you. And I'm not bullshitting, like, I want to give it to you. And when they're like, yeah, I'm like, and then when they're just like this, I'm like, oh, this is going to be shit. They're not going to fight the best. But, when the crowd gets behind them like they did in Denver, it was like nothing. It was unbelievable for us. It was our best crowd. London was unbelievable, but that was really our best crowd as far as being lively the whole entire time. That was sick.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do the same thing back in Nebraska. November 18th should be a packed house as well. And then we're opening up all these new states, man. It's going to be unbelievable next year, man.
Are you guys coming back to Montana anywhere?
Yeah, we'll come back, but we'll wait till get that nasty winter out of the way first.
I want to know about home base, man. Like, so it seems like Hollywood seems to be home base for you. That's where.
Oh, speaking of Go-Go, what's up, Go-Go?
Is Hollywood? Is that going to be the show that you guys show out? Because like I feel like that's the show, man.
Hard.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Hard Rock.
It's going to be a crazy show, man. We got some. I don't know if you guys know, but Shaq's a big fan of ours, and he can burn. He's coming to that fight too. So he's like our. Yeah. But we've got, look, man. I mean, Hollywood's been great to us. Florida's been phenomenal to us, but. We got to open up Texas. We got to open up Arizona. We got to open up Nevada. We got to open up New York. We got to open up all these big states. And who knows where our home base is. But it's unfortunate that my real home base is Philadelphia. And this athletic commissioner up here won't even give me the time of day right now. But that's going to change as we
link up with
doing.
somebody over there. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's actually huge within like the rap culture, and they have a major media outlet, and they're huge into boxing. I don't know if you'll know who that is, but they go by Wallow and Gilly the Kid. They're from Philly.
And, the Kid, yep.
Yeah, and they have $1 million worth of game. Their podcast is massive. You should reach out, or maybe bridge that gap, and you can get a movement behind it. It's so worth getting behind, and if they don't know about you yet, then they should.
Is that where you live, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, Philadelphia.
Yeah, he's in Philly. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when I trained out here for all these years when I was fighting, and it was crazy, man. We trained in the worst section of Philadelphia. I went to Temple University for a little bit, and I went there only because my boxing gym was like four blocks away in North Philly, in the heart of North Philly. So I would go to class, and then I would go train, and then I would have my fights, and just a crazy upbringing. Like I said, you guys are going to find out all about it in this Netflix thing that we're doing, which I'm super excited about.
That's massive.
It was something going back and forth with my wife and my family, whether I should share it or not. And, I think it's something that can motivate a lot of people, because no matter what you've been through in life, no matter how down you've been, if you have a goal and you have desire and you have will, man, you can do anything in this fucking world, man.
That's
you
damn
can.
Right.
And it's not... It's not bullshit. Like, people go, you can do anything in this world that you want to be, but the truth is if you got the balls, you can. You can. You truly can.
I told Gogo to read the book called The 50th Law, and it's written by Robert Greene, and it's about power. He's reading the 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene as well. I said, dude, you got to read the sequel. It's about fearlessness. It's about taking shit that you want. You can't be afraid not to ask. You know what I mean? The universe is listening. You just need to fucking tell it. I believe that 100,000%, and I think that's what's carrying me right now through our dream is like, dude, fuck that, dude. The world is gonna see us. They have to. This show is sick, and I think we found you guys, and you found us at the right time, because you guys are a huge thing, and that nobody was like doing the shit that we wanted to do with you guys. We're like, dude, this is it right here. These guys are the fucking dopest thing we've ever seen. Watching all the fights, you go to fight events and you can sit through a whole fight event and be bored. You can't fucking do that with yours, man. It's lit.
Even if there's a down fight, the next fight's going to be a banger. You know what I mean?
That's so true, dude. It's so fucking true.
We had one boring event that was a little boring. It was our second event ever, BKFC 2. And that's when I was like, oh my God, what the fuck? Is the sport really good, or was this a bad show? And then it just went, it was just crazy, man. And I learned too then that I had to bonus these guys. I had to do different things. At one fight, I remember I said, if you guys can stay inside this circle, I'll give you $10,000 if you stay inside the circle the whole entire fight. The little circle in the middle.
Yeah.
But they couldn't, be tough for them. But anything I can do to incentivize these guys and girls to fight, as hard as they can, because we're as real as it gets. There's nothing fake about this sport. There's nothing fake about it. You can't fake it. You can't coast through one of these fights. You just can't do it.
I like that you keep bringing up the females within your company as well. We got Faria reached out to us today, and it sounds like her and Beck are going back and forth. I don't know if you've seen the steam online between those two, but it seems like that fight, one of them is going to come calling for you if they haven't already.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good things. It's just things have to make sense too, right? Like, Beck just lost to Britain, and then Britain lost to Christine. So does that make sense for Beck to fight Christine?
I don't.
Or do we bring somebody in to fight Christine? Do we do Beck against somebody else? I don't know. Look, at the end of the day, we're going to make decisions, and some people are going to like them, and some people aren't going to like them. But at the end of the day, what they are going to like is they're always going to get a great fight.
That's damn right.
Facts. In my personal opinion, I said it online already. I just said I don't think Beck has a chance against Faria right now. She's on her own level. She's
different. Look, man, she's different. I mean, she has explosiveness with her hands, like, kind of like Mike Richmond does, man. She's different. She certainly is different, and she's always been really good to the organization. She's always been cool with us. Never really, we get these guys and girls that think it's cool to talk shit about us because they think they're going to get more money, and they don't know that when they do that, I'm just like, okay, you talk shit about us, I'll see you in 9 months.
That's right.
I don't do that, but it's like I want to fight everybody. But I mean, look, they don't understand the struggles we go through, man. This is not easy, man. This is not easy. coming up with funding to do these fights, to do everything right at the level we're doing them at, giving them a platform. And Christine isn't one of these people, but some of these other girls, we brought them from 5,000 followers to 200,000 followers.
Absolutely.
And then they want to stick us up. And they're like, well, we got 200,000 followers. We need this money. And I'm like, I know, but we gave you those followers. Like,
right.
We built that for you. You fought your ass off too. Don't get me wrong. You fought your ass off too. So let's at least compromise and meet in the middle somewhere. So we know that we both did this together. And most of the people in Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, most of the fighters understand that. And those are the guys and the girls that I love. Like, when I say I love them, like, I love them, man. Like, I told one of the fighters, actually Tom Schoaf, we were talking to, and he was a little pissed. He didn't fight in a while. And he said something about his family. And I said, dude, man, I said, listen, you know who I am, man? I said, if you ever got a fucking problem, you're ever in a bind, man, you call me to fuck up, and I'll help you out. Just call me up. None of my fighters are ever going to be like that, man. That's not what we're building here. Right. Now, look, if you're doing the wrong thing, I can't help you out. But if you're doing the right thing and you need some help, you call me up, and I'm going to help you out, especially if you're one of my guys, and he's one of my guys. Like, that dude can fight, and he always, win or lose, he fights his ass off. So, the one thing I'm really trying to build here is just camaraderie with everybody and making everybody like everybody and understand and respect everybody and know that we're all in this together, right? Like, if it's not that some people fight us too much, but if we don't succeed, you don't succeed. And if you don't succeed, we don't succeed. And I get that. And some of the fighters get it and some of them don't. But at the end of the day is, we're all in this together. We wanted this to be the biggest and baddest combat sport on the planet, and it can.
I think if the fighters have one thing to look at when it comes to you is they gotta fucking respect your work ethic, man. When's the last time you actually took a fucking vacation, or you get to spend time with your wife, or you know what I mean? Because it seems like you're on the go constantly.
No, we are, man, and it's not easy for her. Like, we fight sometimes, and it's like, oh, you're traveling again, motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm just working, and she's like, you don't get it. And then I sit back sometimes, and I'm like, damn. If the shoe was on the other foot, I don't think I would like this either. But
we get it, bro. We get it, because our wives are like that too. Because we put a lot of effort into the show, and it's like a second life. We have to do it, man. So we're like David. We don't think. I watch your Instagram, man. I watch your stories and shit. It doesn't seem like you're taking any vacations. You just continue to fucking push.
Yeah, even when you got a week off, you're still working.
You're working right now.
And we grind all the time, but at the end of the day, it's like advice for anybody: if you don't take time for your wife, they're gone. Like, you got to do something for them at some point. And I do. Like, you don't see it, but I try to be the best I can be all around and everything. And I just work my ass off. And I got a great team that helps me. Like I said, man, I built this team. The core team worked for the first 3 years for nothing because I didn't have any money to pay them. I didn't have any money, and they gave me their fucking all for 3 fucking years. So am I going to say now when I get money that I'm going to change their life, man? And when I tell you that, I'm going to change their fucking life. Their lives are going to change. And if they don't, it's only because mine didn't either. But if my life changes, their life changes. And that's take that to the bank. And along the way, these fighters' lives are going to change as well, because that's the whole thing of this. Like, when I told you that me and my wife were sitting there and saying, what do we buy? What do we buy? At the same time, man, when we do this, we do this big Christmas thing that we're going to do again this year. You guys may not have seen it yet. But we're going to give away like $50,000 at Christmas to families that need it, fighters that need it, to people that really need it. Like this one guy, one of these podcasts, I'm not going to mention his name because I don't want to embarrass him. But he hit me up actually today, and he said, dude, I'll never forget 3 years ago, I didn't have any money to buy my kids presents, and you sent me money to help me buy my kids presents, and I'll never forget it. And, I'm not saying that for any reason, not for a pat on the back or anything, but to say that that's why I do this shit. That's why I'm working so hard. It's not about me, but it's about giving my family a better life, giving these fighters a better life, and people that push us up that hill, helping them get a better life.
It seems like it's a family business too. Your son seems like he got your back. He's one of your right hand man. It looked like at the event anyway. So we wanted to ask about him. What's his description for you, and how could you describe your boys? Your protege. You're bringing him up as your protege.
I call him the glue. Like, really, he's the glue that holds this whole thing together. I'm just out there making the big deals, getting the bigger fighters, getting the money and stuff like that. But he's the glue that holds the operations together, the production together, to make sure that he holds all the teams together. He's the COO. He's the Chief Operating Officer. So he holds everybody together. He's an amazing kid. He's got a good heart. He works his ass off and deserves everything he gets. Nate Shook, my matchmaker.
Shout out, Nate.
Some people love him. Some people don't like him.
We fuck with him. He's cool, man.
He works his ass off. He's there for me. Does what he needs. Nelson Lopez. Anything I ask him, he's there. He'll do whatever I ask him. Rob, my marketing guy, he does whatever I want. Dave Cranston. All these guys are a big part of my team. I know I just left a lot of names out there, but a lot of these guys have been with me since the beginning, and I'm telling you, man, like, there's no way in the world they're not going to be able to buy anything in the world that they want in the next 2 years.
So do you get the comparisons a lot?
Oh, good.
To Dana White, because you're the Dana White of BKFC, man. You took a company and built something into something legendary.
Yeah, I mean, the only difference between me and Dana White is, look, Dana White's way, way bigger than I am. Hopefully not bigger than I'll ever be, but he's way bigger than I am. And I respect him. I respect him because of what he did and what he built. And he went through all the same shit I'm going through, the same shit, navigated through all this. But, Dana White didn't create the sport. He didn't create the company. He did take the company and then got his buddies to invest in it, and they blew it up. Okay. We created the sport, created the company, and took it from ground zero and hopefully all the way up. But that's not saying I'm any better than Dana White. Dana White's a fucking beast. He's unbelievable. He's smart as hell. He's got a great team behind him. And look, he's living his life now. He's doing what he wants to do. I did have a Dana White run-in about 8 years ago in Atlantic City. I was at one of his fights. I jumped over the barricade. I just did that underground Bareknuckle fight that was covered by ESPN.
Nice.
I tapped him on the shoulder. I said, I'd love to talk to you about Bareknuckle. I said, did you hear of it? He goes, yeah, I heard of it. I said, I'd like to talk to you about blowing this thing up. And he looked at me and he said, it'll never work. You'll never get that sanction. And I was like, huh? I said, isn't that what they said to you, man?
Like, yeah.
But he just signed on for that slap competition.
See at the fucking top. And I was like, and then I walked away and I'm like, and I said to myself, I said, you jerk off. You just said at the top, right? But not that we're at the top and not that we're seeing him at the top. But look, we're in a great spot right now that nobody ever thought we would be here.
Do you think you're on his radar now? You have to be.
I don't know if I'm right. Or he knows us. He knows who we are. He knows what we're doing. I mean, they're doing new things. Are they doing new things because they see that things are plateauing a little bit? I mean, they're doing slap fighting now. So
right.
Are there reasons why they're doing certain things? I don't know. But at the end of the day, it's, look, I know that we put our head down. We keep grinding forward. We got a great product. We got great fighters. We got a great team. We got a great partner now with Triller. We got great funding. There's nothing.
And a great plan.
Stopping us from getting to the top.
That's right. Is there a dream location, like, where you'd want to have the BKFC fights? Maybe the Coliseum in Rome?
Yeah.
Well, actually, Ryan Kavanaugh, do you guys know who Ryan Kavanaugh? Ryan Kavanaugh's the president of Triller. He's the owner of Triller.
He
just put us on a call yesterday with the, and I'm going to say the wrong name, so I'm just going to describe it to you. The first stadium that did the first Olympics in Greece. So we may do it. It's called the Panthenian or something like that, the Panthenian Stadium. But that looks like we're going to do a big bare-knuckle fight and then a huge rock concert afterwards. That's what's in the plans right now. That would be amazing. Coliseum in Rome won't allow us to do anything. But, I mean, really, man, because I grew up here, I fought here, I trained here, I built businesses here, I did underground fights here. I have to do a show in Pennsylvania. And if I do a show at one of these big arenas down there and sell it out, it'll be a dream come true to me.
There you go.
You're going to do it, dude.
Oh, yeah.
There's nothing that's...
The kickback will eventually go away. And
you remember that phrase you said, fuck that, when somebody tells you no, you're like, that door is coming down? That's fucking Philly's door, bro.
Just keep knocking, it'll answer.
Yeah.
It will soon.
Do you have a vacation home or, like, plans on one?
I got a little place in New Jersey, in Wildwood, New Jersey, a little condo. I actually just bought a new house.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna say Idaho.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I thought he was gonna say Lake Coeur d'Alene or something.
Oh, really?
It was because a lot of people are starting to do that now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Frank Ocean has one.
Through this whole journey of everything and making some decent money, I never did anything for myself, man. But I just actually just closed on. Well, I just signed the papers for a new house.
Congratulations.
Beautiful place, man. It's the only thing I've ever bought for myself in my life like that. And you know, it's a little bit of the fruits of the labor that we put in. But you know, like I said, my goal is to have everybody on the team, you know, be in a great position, have these fighters be in a great position. I know we're going to get there. I know we're not far away. It's fucking amazing, dude. It's amazing. Like,
you're on the cusp of superstardom, man. You're you know, I'm serious. You're already starting to feel like you're a household name. Truly. And that's not just because it's with us, but people that actually bring it up to us now. Like, it's becoming like a household thing.
100%.
No, I had the home over at the house that I'm buying, and I'm like, I was wearing a Bareknuckle shirt. He said, you watch that shit? That shit is awesome, man.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I've been to a few events. People do know it. I mean, it's getting there, and
now the next time he watches, he's like, holy shit.
It's nothing like it. It's the baddest, purest, rawest form of combat sports on the fucking planet. There's nothing in the world like it. I don't care if you're a boxing fan or you're an MMA fan. It doesn't fucking matter. There's nothing in the world like it at all.
That's 100% facts.
Yeah.
So, a theoretical, you're stuck on a deserted island. What 3 items are you bringing with you?
Yo, that's a fucking good question.
You gotta have a phone. You gotta have...
Hell yeah.
I mean, you're not going to be able to bring a lot of food, so you got to have, I would guess, a knife to be able to kill stuff and eat, I guess, right? I think a tent.
There you go.
A canopy. You know, I think that would probably be my 3. I mean, listen, I don't want to go out and kill stuff. You guys might do that up in Great Falls. I don't know, but man, I'm
just not a hunter, bro. I don't do that shit, man.
Like, I'll shoot. I like shooting I like shooting just randomly. But I don't know. I'm not a fisher, and
but I'll do it if I got to survive, man.
Exactly. Yeah. I know. I know how to hunt. I just don't want to. Like, hunting season just opened this morning here. It's like, I don't know. I know our little brother's in it. You know what I mean?
You know, I don't want to keep you from your family any longer. I think you've given us a fucking amazing show. I just feel really honored to have you on. And if you ever want to come on, you know what it is. We would move people for you.
And now you know we're in Great Falls.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, quick shout out to Brian Sosha, by the way.
Hell yeah, shout out to Brian. Brian's our man.
Man, and I didn't mention Brian's name. Fuck, man. Let me tell you something about Brian. No, I want to tell you something, like, straight up. The nicest, most genuine fucking dude you'll ever meet on the face of the earth. Like, Brian is just a good-hearted, great family man, real good dude, man. So his life's going to change with us, too, man. But he's my guy, man. I've known Brian for so long, too, man. I've known him for so long.
He is a cool dude.
Great guy.
He taught me how to say, the Bareknuckle Fighting Championship.
Yeah, he stole our show one time, and we were happy to let him do so. We're like, dude, you fucking killed that shit.
Yeah, he showed me how to do the grumble, so now I got the grumble down. So
he was really, he's one of the characters that we really took from the event that you allowed us to go to, and that.
No, he wants to see me succeed almost more than I do, man. He's just a great guy, man. Really, really good dude.
His energy is fantastic as well.
100%. Do you have anything for him, for David? I don't want to keep him waiting no more. I'm sure he got family waiting for him. His wife, he's at home. He's chilling.
If there's any sponsors you want to shout out, now's the time.
Yeah, I mean, we got Lions Not Sheep, Danny Caldwell, and Sean Whalen, 2 great guys. I think we're going to blow this thing up with them because it's funny, man. I had a meeting with Sean Whalen. He's the owner of Lions Not Sheep at the Denver event, and my guy asked him the next day, he said, how'd the business meeting go with you and Dave? He said, it was the best business meeting I ever had. because all we did is talked about our family and what we want to do in life. We didn't say one thing about business, man. And that's how you know it was a good meeting, because they're great. Nerd Focus is a new up-and-coming energy drink. They're a phenomenal energy drink as well. Great sponsor of ours. Crescent Tools, they've been with us for a while. They're going to really load up on the sponsorship now. DraftKings is a awesome sponsor for us as well. 8 Man Strong has been with us for a long time. And I'm probably missing someone, and I apologize. But, it's one of those things. But we've got so many great supporters. But really, shout out to my team, Dave Jr., Rob, Dave Cranston, Nate Shook, Nelson Lopez, Ryan Garcia, G, all my Brian Socia, my hardcore team that is with me through win, lose, or draw, good day, bad day. They're there. They get the
We fuck with all those guys, dude. They're all cool as shit, and they've treated us with so much love. So we have that same energy back.
Awesome.
And good luck and shout out to you guys, man. Thanks for your support, and good luck to you guys, and just keep pushing, man. And definitely love to come back on in a few weeks.
Fuck yeah. Thank you, David, for all your time, dude. Truly, it's been a pleasure. I think I just want to say thank you for the opportunity.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Have a great night.
You too.
You too, man. Dude,
shout out to our sponsors, 20 Past 4 and Jamie St. Mark's.